Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my monthly review for this issue of The Walking Dead. This is for the release February 1st, 2017. The special 25-year Image anniversary issue, only 25 cents. That is 163. It's called Conquered. And spoiler warning if you guys have not read this special issue yet for The Walking Dead. So this is the 25-cent Image Comics 25-year anniversary issue. Very, very special issue for Image to get to 25 years. Big time congratulations to everybody involved, and of course Skybound, Kirkman, and McFarlane, everybody. I mean, that's pretty amazing to take on, some of the bigger companies, Marvel, DC, and keep it running for 25 years. It's pretty amazing without getting shut out. So they've done very well. Congratulations to all of them. And for us fans, we get a special issue for only a quarter. Unless you buy it online like I did, then it's $1. But whatever, it's cheaper than the usual, and it's an awesome issue, so so it's worth it. So we get the sweet cover. We got the hands conquered, the Whisper War having ended, and just kind of the events spilling over, like I've said for the last maybe year or so at this point. I really felt like the Whisper War could not be contained to a single trade or single volume, and it's kind of true, even though kind of the battles are over with the Whispers versus our survivors. The spillover is still in effect. The horde that the Whispers sent marching towards Alexandria reaches the gates in this issue, and like I said, spoiler warning, collapses the gates. So very exciting issue. This one was such a quick read. I mean, I went through this one and I had made notes and everything in 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, it was 28 pages. I actually checked the number of pages because I'm like, is this shorter than usual? And no, it's 28 pages. So it's the usual, runtime length, or the usual page length. Even more so than some issues. Some issues I think are even shorter than that. But it just goes by so fast. So it's just a very, very quick issue to read through, and it's pretty amazing. So we started off, we've got the zombie herd, the sound. They can start to hear the sound of the zombies marching towards Alexandria. You hear the as so many, feet marching, zombies, stamping and creating an ocean or a tidal wave of zombies towards Alexandria. We've got the group kind of scattering in a hurry, trying to figure out what they're going to do. Rick kind of trying to guide everybody. Andrea kind of heading out with the horses to try and see. You've got Dwight, Eugene, Michonne, Jesus. They head out, and they're trying to basically see if they can somehow steer the herd away from Alexandria. But the problem is there's too many that even if they're able to get some of them going, it's such a massive amount that even if a few go off on this side, it's still the brunt of it is going to come through eventually and hit Alexandria's gates, which it does. I like the kind of the defenses they've set up. So they've got the wall kind of arched up towards, they've got soil, up towards the top of the wall, and then the gate in the middle with the pits. So as the governor said, it reminds me of season 4, where he talks about the walkers filling the pits and then trampling over each other, and that's exactly what happens in this one. We see even though they've got kind of a cool little ditch moat type area with spikes, a lot of the zombies start to fall in, but then of course, as the governor said, the others walk on top of them and get up to the gate. So Rick and the others decide that it's best not to fire any guns at them or any ammo or anything, because they don't want to fire off any sound. They want to give Eugene and the others a chance to try and steer that herd away from Alexandria. It, of course, doesn't work. You've got Michonne in a pretty badass, part where she gets off her horse and she starts, just getting into the fray and, smoking a whole bunch, and then kind of taking turns with Jesus going back, and then him going in and smoking a bunch and coming back. We've got Negan who comes outside and is like, the fuck is that sound? And then Rick says, "You don't get a gun, you stay out of sight, get back inside." But he doesn't listen, and Negan has some really sweet parts in this one where he actually this is really cool. Like I said, spoilers. I don't want to ruin this for anybody, but it's a cheap issue. He saves Rick. So basically, the gate goes down, and Paula gets smoked. I mean, absolutely torn apart. So she gets ripped apart, and Rick is kind of like behind her, like in shock and everything. And Negan actually grabs Rick and saves him, and and then he says to him that. We just fast forward here to the page. So everyone get back, and then Negan saves him, and he pretty much is saying, like, this is make us even now, even though I was the one who screwed up your leg to begin with. And then Rick doesn't say anything, and you're a hard fucking man to please, Rick Grimes. So that was a pretty funny line. And I also liked when Negan goes up to the gate. This is one of the reasons I'm really glad that he's actually survived, because he's just so much fun to read throughout the issues as things are happening. He really elevates the issues, gives it a little bit more kind of fun factor in there that you wouldn't have without Negan. So this is really cool. Are they being crushed? So the zombies against the gate, are they being crushed? Yes, the ones at the front, there's so much pressure from the ones at the back pushing forward that the ones at the front literally get crushed into the gate. So they get crushed through, like their bodies. There's so much pressure, and they're of course disintegrating. They get crushed through the gate, and then the ones behind keep pushing, and then the gate goes down. Everyone get back, and beforehand too, there's a pretty cool scene where Negan gets up there and he says, in kind of like a rage mode, he says, "Let's see you killing, you timid fucks. Suck your nuts up." into your crotch and put your fucking backs into it. So they do for a minute, but it doesn't barely do anything, because the ones that they're stabbing, like I said, they get crushed into the gate, so it doesn't matter anyway. So we see that, and then we end with basically John from the Saviors, who's climbing up, some kind of one of the poles, like electricity or whatever, and or phone poles, and he's got the binoculars out, and he says, "This is going to be a hell of a show." Then he smiles sadistically because he's an asshole, he's a jerk savior, and you can see just from his perspective in the binoculars. The gate going down, so the gate's down, and the funnel into Alexandria of the zombie herd. So, man, really exciting issue to read through. Really incredible issue for a really great price. I'm thinking, like, is that it for my review? Is that all I want to say for it? It's just so action-packed. I mean, there isn't a whole lot of dialogue throughout. Characters talking to each other as they're trying to scramble and to do things. But it's just not working. It's just too much to deal with, and they didn't have enough time. Would they have been better off if they had been firing, guns all the way through and maybe taken out the ones at the front and gotten up there? Maybe, but, it's just such a force that even if they knocked down a few rows, the others would keep coming. They'd run out of ammo, and it wouldn't really matter either way, even though Annie called it out and let them know that they were coming. So it's a crazy issue. It's an awesome read. It's a lot of fun, and man, it's really cool. It's like a No Way Out, but it's like updated, new, even bigger. You have Negan on the other side this time, which is really cool. And man, it's just such a quick read. It's such a fun issue. It's so exciting. So we'll see what happens next if they have to kind of try the guts trick. You've got the hands on the cover with it conquered, and kind of the group in the mix. And the cover makes a lot of sense now. Is really good because you got Rick's kind of hand up in there and the zombies reaching up. So are they going to have to do some kind of uber guts trick and just cover themselves in guts? That was the thing that I was thinking when the gate was getting crushed and all the zombies at the front were getting crushed inward. I guess maybe they didn't have time because it all happened so fast. But if they could have grabbed some of the blood and just as much as they could, smear it on themselves as much as they could, that might have been actually maybe the best thing that they could have done at the time. But of course, like we saw, it always happened really quick, and the gate went down really fast as well too. So they had to kind of run when the gate went down. So really crazy issue. If you guys got a chance to read the issue, let me know what you thought in the comments below. I mean, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for 25 cents. It's an amazing issue. It's just really exciting, and I just can't wait to read 164, which I think is coming up pretty soon, actually. So into February now, just got like a week and a half till the premiere for the second half of The Walking Dead Season 7. So very excited. I hope you guys liked the review. If you did, please thumb it up below. Write your comments on how you felt about this issue. I loved it. Really exciting as always. And can't wait for the return of The Walking Dead, as well as the next issue, as well as 164. Walking Dead comic book series, always solid every month of the year. There's hardly ever a bad issue or a down issue. There pretty much isn't, really. I mean, there's very few issues in the Walking Dead comic book series that aren't amazing. And this one is. This one's as amazing as the others. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, thumb it up. If you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another video. It's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.
You better subscribe.